my channel, Anyone Can Sell. Today I'm going to talk to you about a very important process to sell insurance or investment product. A lot of my friends in the industry who are selling insurance and investments, they need proper guidance as to how to sell. Because it's not one of the easiest products to sell, but don't think that because you are listening about insurance and investments, others should not listen to this or watch this video. This video is for anybody and everybody who is into long-term relationship with customers. Any products that is dealing with long-term relationship, it can be insurance products, it can be investment products, it can be club memberships, it can be any annual maintenance services and so on and so forth. Wherever you have a long-term relationship with the customers, I think you should be watching this video. So let's go to this video, which is how to sell insurance or investment product, volume 1. So this is going to be a series of videos, which is going to be in parts. So first we will be talking about what is sales. So before we understand how to sell insurance or investment product, first we need to understand the simple concept of what is sales. So let's go to the video. But before we go to the video, if you are not subscribed for my channel, please do subscribe so that you can get all the updates about all the videos that I am posting on this channel. Let's go to the video. What are we going to talk to you about in this video is simple steps. First of all, the product is very complicated. Investment and insurance is a very, very complicated products, and it becomes very difficult for people to sell these products to customers. But I'm going to make it more simpler and easier for you, and to be able to see how simple and easy it can become to sell. Alright, so first let us go to the first step. Before you have to go to understand how to sell insurance. First you should know what is sales. What is sales? Now if I have to tell you about what is sales, the old school of thought is sales is a process. Sales is a process of convincing another person to buy a product or an idea or a concept is called sales. But particularly when you are talking about a product which is a long-term relationship with the customer, and your customer is going to be your customer for life. A customer is going to be your customer for life. So in such products, you need to be extremely careful in understanding what is sales. Sales is good to understand in the old school of thought that it's a process of convincing another person to buy your product. It's good enough for a product. But when it comes to investment or insurance or any long-term product, first you need to understand as to what is sales. So I've slightly altered this definition of sales into it's an art of influencing your customers to buy your idea or your product or process is called sales. So when I'm using the word, instead of convincing, I'm using the word which is called influencing. There's a big difference between convincing and influencing, my friends. First you need to understand what is convincing. Convincing is we convince somebody who does not agree to what we say. Only then we require to convince somebody. But in this case, when it comes to insurance or investment, you cannot get into the mode of convincing somebody and say, no, it is a very good product, you should be going for it. So what you need to do is, you need to get into the art of influencing. Now when I say art of influencing, now who are these influencers? How can I become an influencer? That's a very good question. How can I become an influencer? First you need to understand, if I have to be an influencer to any customer, first I need to have thorough knowledge about my product and the industry that I am going to talk to my customers. For example, put yourself in the shoes of the customer. If you put yourself in the shoes of the customer, you will understand that if I'm a customer and somebody is going to come and advise me. So influence is nothing but advising somebody. So if I have to listen to an advice of somebody, I will just not listen to advice of anybody and everybody who is just walking on the street. So I'm going to listen to an advice of any person who is a professional in that industry. For example, I will take the advice of a doctor. Why? He is a practitioner by profession. I will take an advice of a lawyer, a legal advisor, because he is professionally and practicing that profession. And I have absolutely no knowledge about law, I have absolutely no knowledge about medicine. Similarly, if I have to go in for an architect, if I have to design my house, I will take the advice of an architect. So these are the influencers who know their subject, which we call them as subject matter experts. So if I have to become an influencer for my customer, first I need to become a subject matter expert. So that is why you should learn the art of sales. So sales is nothing but a process. It's a process of influencing your customers to become long-term customers. Now why am I using these long-term customers? As this is a volume 1, as I go through volume 2, 3, 4 and 5, you will understand why am I talking to you about a long-term. It's a process. It's a long-term process. So I hope you have understood what is sales. Now next we are going to understand what is the process in sales. So process, if you look at process, we have three steps in process. One is pre-sales, next is sales process, and after sales. So now, pre-sales. Now pre-sales, process of pre-sales, which I term it as a pre-sale preparation. Now pre-sale preparation. Now why do I use the word preparation? Because first I told you what is sales. Sales is an art of influencing. So if I have to get into an art of influencing another person, first I need to be prepared. Now what should I be prepared on? I should have a complete and thorough knowledge about my industry that I represent. Second, I should have thorough knowledge about the company that I represent. Third is I should have a complete knowledge about the product that I am actually presenting to my customer. So I should have complete knowledge about this thing. Now when I say complete knowledge, I'm using the word you should be confident about what you are speaking to your customers. Now when I say confidence, how does this confidence come? Very rightly. So let me also tell you about what is confidence. Confidence again is a process. First, you gain knowledge. This is very good for even people who are preparing for exams. People who are preparing for exams, if you want to be very confident about how to handle your exams, first you should know, I should be prepared. So I should prepare. So I have to learn, gain more knowledge. The more the knowledge I gain, I start believing in that knowledge. So again, confidence has got 3 steps. Point number 1, knowledge. Point number 2, I have to be confident about that subject. Step 3, I should have conviction in my belief. I should gain knowledge, I should have knowledge, I should believe in my knowledge, and I should have conviction in my knowledge. If you follow these 3 steps, you have confidence. You can go for the kill. So this is what confidence can do. 3 steps. Knowledge, belief in the knowledge, and conviction in the knowledge. Once you have belief, automatically you have conviction. When you have conviction, your body language, the process, word, your communication, everything changes. Because you're very confident about that subject. Now let us come back to sales. So similarly, in pre-sales preparation, I should have complete knowledge about the product, about the industry, and about the company that I represent. If I have complete knowledge, then I have prepared about pre-sales preparation. This is one aspect of it. Second aspect of it, who is my target audience? Who is my target audience? So in this process, first you need to understand, in pre-sales, I should know about the industry, the company, and the product. Second that I should know is, who is my customer? Who is my target audience? Who is my market? If I understand these three concepts, I will be able to tell myself that I am prepared to go for the sales. If you have any questions, please do write to me on my email, which has been specified on the description, or you can always do comment as to what is that clarity you want on these processes. Next, again, the second thing is sales. Now, what is the process in sales that I need to follow? Again, I need to follow 3 steps. Now, what are these steps? These steps are very, very critical, my friends. So please watch. Step number 1, I need to sell myself. Self. Now, why am I talking about self? Because if a customer has to buy a product, first he has to buy me as a concept. This product, insurance product or investment product, anybody and everybody sells in the market. Why should I buy it from you? First, before I go and pitch a product to a customer, first I have to pitch why me. Because I am going to be the relationship manager, or I am going to be a relationship manager, or I am going to be an agent for life, and he's going to be my customer. And once he's my customer, he becomes customer for life. So this is where you need to understand that I need to sell myself. So when I'm talking about sell myself, I'm talking about branding. I need to create a brand for myself. I need to create a brand for myself. People should know who is you. For example, who is John? What kind of person is John? What is his commitment levels? Is he a subject matter expert? So all these things makes into a brand. So first you need to understand what is a brand. So in the following videos, I will be talking to you in detail about branding. How do you do branding? Because here what we are going to do is we are going to do something called a sub-branding. So we are representing an organization, and for that organization, I am going to be a sub-brand to that organization. So whenever a customer looks at the brand that I am representing, I should be able to come as visually in front of the customer. Am I present visually in front of the customer? Whenever he sees or listens to my company that I'm representing, the first face that he should know or look at should be me, or he should be remembering me. So which we call it as brand recall. So we are going to work on that as in the coming videos. I'm going to talk to you about what is brand recall and how we go about the brand recalling. Again, how do you build your brand? Second, I need to sell my company that I represent. Why company? Why company? Let me tell you, all companies are good, but you should know what are your USPs of your company and why a customer should buy from you, particularly, and why a customer should buy from this company the particular product that you are actually pitching. So you need to sell. The second step is you need to sell the company. Third step is where you sell the product. So follow this process, my friends. Don't always, I see a lot of people straight away jumping into the selling of product. If you're going to sell the product, people are not going to buy it. So first they have to buy you as a concept, second they have to buy the company as a concept, third they have to buy the product. Only then they will understand, yes, this product, this organization, and this person is a person that I can look up to whenever I am. So sales is not about only selling at that point of time. The customer is what is going to run in his mind is always going to think about what is going to happen after you sell the product. Are you going to give me the service? Are you going to be the person who's going to service me every time I reach out to you? So there's going to be a lot of things running in the minds of the customer. So that is why I'm saying you have to follow these 3 steps very, very critically. Then we are going to talk about the after sales. After sales, there are certain steps that I need to follow to see to that my customer remains as my customer. If you actually see all the companies which are into particularly consumable products or FMGC products, you will see a lot of them coming back to the customer, which we call it as a customer retention program. Now, a lot of banks have also started, a lot of insurance organizations also have started. So they are getting into something called retention of their customers. Once you become customer, he has to remain with you throughout your life. And for that, there are some steps that you need to follow. In the following volumes, I will be talking to you about various steps as to how you can go through the process. So let me refresh as to what we have learned today. We have learned about what is sales. So what is sales? It's an art of influencing a person to buy your idea or concept is called sales. Right. Next, what we are going to look at, what is the process in sales. The process is 3 steps: pre-sales preparation, during the sales, and after sales. So pre-sales is the preparation where you're going to understand the industry, you're going to understand, I'm using the word understand, not just knowing, understanding. So understanding your industry, understanding your company, understanding your product thoroughly, where you become a subject matter expert and you should be confident about what you are going to speak to the customer. And next is knowing your target audience. So next video, I'm going to touch base on pre-sales preparation. And after that, in the third volume, I'm going to talk to you about sales, 3 steps in sales, branding, and various other processes. And after that, we will be talking to you about what are the steps that you need to go through for after sales. So thank you for watching, and I hope this video has been useful. And if it is useful, please do subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you. Have a nice day.